Hello everyone, welcome to Skylighting Rage. Today we'll draw Live Twin Ki-Sikil Frost, which, from what I understand, is a Christmas version of the first girl we drew from the archetype, a Christmas version of Ki-Sikil. Well, I think my last drawing I seriously peaked, so I expect things to be much worse this time. But we'll see. We'll see as we continue our degeneracy by drawing cartoon girls. I won't say this drawing is easier or anything, because last time I said that I ended up taking an extra half an hour to finish. So yeah, this is just a drawing for the day. I don't wanna make too many changes this time. The only thing, well, that's actually quite big. I think the only thing I'll try to change is in my sketching process. I'll focus on one thing and one thing only, which is to boxify this this girl and make her into a legit Minecraft character. And this way, I think it's the way I can do. I can try to start doing some construction. Ideally, I would do three-dimensional boxes that represent the state, how things are in space. But maybe I won't be able to manage that. So yeah, let's keep our expectations in check. One thing that I'm worried about this drawing that I managed to notice, by the way, I'm not good at noticing anything in these drawings. I remember that in my last drawing, after I recorded everything, I noticed that there was like 75% of the shark missing in the background. And yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, speaking of that, I've seen her hair just now, and I'm starting to envision her bald again. Yeah, so that's not a good sign. Anyway, let's see. Let's see if time will allow us to draw the hair. So yeah, we'll try to boxify everything. Let's see how it goes. And I think that's it. I'll finish setting things up here, and we'll start drawing. Okay guys, this will be it for the sketch. So I transformed Ki-Sikil here in a block abomination, but at least I think I managed to somewhat accomplish my goal of drawing a lot of boxes to represent the big things. The sketch, I already noticed that I got one of her legs like too close to her body, and I ended up with not enough space to put the hand, so we tried to fix that in the lines. But I think this putting literally everything, and even if it looks weird in where it's supposed to be, helps a lot to adjust how things go together. I still made some mistakes, especially at the start. When I think the best way to use this technique is to like put big things first, and I spent a lot of time putting trying to do her hand, which was simply not important, and I could simplify all of this stuff as a single box. Like I could have done the same here, because I believe the important part now is to place things that have the roof, the to place boxes that have their size roughly equal to what you want to draw there, and then adjust the boxes so that they fit nicely together, and only then after they fit nicely together you draw with more care. Anyways, there was an attempt. I think I didn't miss any detail that's too big. Yeah, this drawing might end up simpler than the other ones, except of course for the hair. At the end, I tried to draw boxes for the hair, but I don't think that's that good of an idea. Anyway, let's draw the lines and see how it goes. That's it, guys. I'm gonna call it a day for today. I think although the end result wasn't completely horrible, the process was it was pretty painful. Photoshop crashed a bunch of times. I had a lot of trouble with my pen sensitivity. Today it was maybe worse than usual. Maybe the past few days it was better than usual. But yeah, today was hard. I also had a bunch of problems when I was switching tools. Like here, if you quickly press, I am using the brush tool right now. If you quickly press E, start using the eraser, use the shortcut for the eraser, then Photoshop has this like quick switch tools. I don't know if it happens when you quick press the shortcut or if you press and hold, but yeah, I think it's when you press and hold. Like I am here in the eraser tool, I press and hold B to the brush tool, and then when I release B, it comes back to the eraser tool. But I don't know. Normally, yeah, that's a way to quickly switch tools. Normally, I don't use that. I just press whatever and press the keyboard shortcut that I want, and then start using it. But for some reason today I was off and I was accidentally activating this function to quickly switch. So I pressed B, started doing something, and then I stopped. I lifted the pen, and when I would resume, it would return to the previous tool, which in most of the cases was the eraser tool, and then I would start erasing when I wanted to paint, to draw. Yeah, that was really frustrating. So today was cursed. Today was cursed. I initially planned on fixing her hand here. Her hand here is pretty scuffed. This was like the first thing I did. She doesn't have nails. Her clothes are missing a bunch of details, like this part here is whatever. I tried to get her shoe right. It didn't end up working, especially the sole here. I didn't find a way to do this properly. Her shoes are pretty complicated. This one didn't went so bad, although I didn't capture the three dimensions of of her shoe here as well as I did with her shoe here, even though this looks more detailed and looks more like the reference. Yeah, I today was pretty hard. I didn't know how to make her shoulder properly, like to give the illusion that like she's using some kind of shoulder pads, and I didn't know how to make this part of her shirt that looks like it's puffed up or something, and here it looks pretty flat. At least, guys, at least she's not bald today. Maybe in the future she will be bald again, but today she's not completely bald. She's missing, I don't know, 85% of her hair, but she's not bald. And at least the other thing that went well was surprisingly her face was not that scuffed. When I was drawing this, I did not have a proper plan to draw her face. I initially started trying to get, I don't know, the region where her eyes, her cheeks, and her mouth was supposed to be. And then I figured it would be a lot harder to place each of those components without having her hair as a reference. So I started drawing her hair without having all the other facial features. And at the start it was completely scuffed, and I don't know, somehow I managed to make it look decent. Her hands, I think, went okay as well. I had more another part that I had a lot of trouble was with her legs. I mentioned when I finished the sketch that I put one leg, I don't know, slightly off, and I didn't leave enough room for her hand to appear between her leg and her head. So I tried to fix that, and attempted to fix that by rotating her leg a little bit clockwise, like in this direction. Okay, I'm with the eraser doing this, but then I ended up with an even bigger problem, which was that her leg wasn't in a position to join with the rest of her body. It was like too far forward, and it looked completely horrible. And our cartoon girl looked like, well, was on track to look like a horror game monster, but the transform tool allowed me to fix that. I literally selected both of her legs and then scooted them closer to the rest of her body in a way that it looked possible to connect the both of them, but the way it was, this part right here was too far forward, and I don't know, it looked too unnatural. Maybe there was a way to connect them, but I don't know, I probably had to draw part of her back or something, or alter things here. Anyways, scuffed drawing, not enough time to do the details, some parts pretty hard. And yeah, but somehow we managed to salvage that. I think her hand right here, this one looked okay, this one looked kind of scuffed. I think the hands in this drawing were not that hard to draw. They are mostly like straight lines. Of course, if you wanna get the details all correct, it's gonna be a lot harder. But to get a general idea, a general sense of this is a hand, these are their fingers, they are in this position. It's pretty okay. Yeah, another quite challenging drawing, guys. But we'll call it a day at that. This show destroyed me. This part destroyed me. Her hair also destroys me on a daily basis. But we managed. Yeah, so let's sign. And I had a lot of technical problems today. That was not fun at all, but hopefully the next ones will be better. Oh, and I also, this time I hid the brush windows to get a little bit more space, as I figured I wasn't using this brush panel, I mean, all that much. Oops. That's it then, guys. I hope to see you all in the next one. And yeah, see you around.